Hello students,
Hope you are.
doing good and staying safe. So, can you just recall what we learned in the previous class? Yes, it's about large numbers and their place values in the Indian system. So, before we move on to today's class, I'll give you an example and you're going to read the number name of that number. Okay? So, this is the number. You're going to give me the number name of this number. Was it possible to read the big number? No, right? It was very difficult. So in today's class, we'll be learning about the usage of commas in number system and place value chart in international system. In last class, we learned about the place value chart types. So what are the two types of place value chart? Yes, it's Indian system and international system. Next, we moved on into the Indian system place value chart. So it consists of four periods: the ones, thousands, lakhs, and the crores. So ones, tens, and hundreds comes under the ones period. Thousands and 10,000 comes under the thousands period. Lakhs and 10 lakhs comes under the lakhs period, followed by crores and 10 crores comes under the crores period. So in today's class, we'll be looking into the place value chart of international system. So it is almost similar to the Indian system, but the lakhs and the crore place in the Indian system differs in international system. Here, the ones, tens, and the hundreds place comes under the ones period. Thousands, 10,000s, and 100,000s comes under the thousands period. Then million, 10 million, 100 million comes under the millions period. Billions and 10 billions comes under the billions period. Ones is represented as O, tens is represented as T, 100 is represented as H. Followed by thousands by TH, 10,000s by TH, 100,000s by HTH. Next, millions. Millions is represented as capital M, followed by 10 millions as TM, 100 millions as HM. And next is the billions. Billions is represented as capital B, followed by 10 billions represented as TB. Okay.
So here's an example: 926,327,123. Now you're going to represent this number in the place value chart. Now I'm going to draw the place value chart. So this is the ones period, thousands period, and millions period. Okay, so under ones period, the ones, tens, and 100 comes. So under thousands period, thousands, 10,000 and 100,000 comes. Under millions period, millions, 10 millions comes. Okay, and 100 millions. So now I'm going to assign the numbers in the place value chart. So while assigning, I'm going to come from the right hand side. So 3 comes under the ones place, 2 in the tens, and 1 in the hundreds place, followed by 7 in the thousands, 2 in the 10,000s, 3 in the 100,000s, 6 in the millions, 2 in the 10 millions, and in the 100 millions place. Okay, students. So while assigning the numbers in the place value chart, I'm going to come from the right hand side, and while naming the numbers, I'm going to come from the left hand side. Now I'm going to give the number name for this number. So while giving the number name, I'm going to come from the left hand side. Now while giving the number name, you have to give it as a whole. Okay, so now we are going to give it as 926 million. 926 is represented as 926 million. 926 million. And next comes the thousands period. So in thousands period, you're going to write it as 327,000. 327,000. And next comes the ones period, and you're going to write it as 123. 123. So I'll repeat it once again, students. Now we are going to assign the given number in the place value chart. So while assigning the numbers, I'm going to come from the right hand side. So 3 comes under the ones place, 2 in tens, 1 in the hundreds, 7 in thousands, 2 in 10,000s, 3 in 100,000, 6 in the millions, 2 in the 10 millions place, and 9 in the 100 millions place. And while writing the number names, I'm going to come from the left hand side. You're going to write it as a whole. So you'll be writing it as 926 million and 327,123. Got it?
Here's another example. So consider the following number. So you're going to represent this number in the international system place value chart. As I've already discussed, while naming the number name, you have to come from the left hand side, and while assigning the numbers in the place value chart, you are going to come from the right hand side. So this is the place value chart of international system. Your ones, tens, hundreds comes under the ones period, thousands, 10,000, 100,000 comes under the thousands period, million, 10 millions, 100 millions comes under the millions period, billions and 10 billions comes under the billions period. So you're going to assign the number in the place value chart. So while assigning, you're going to come from the right. So 0 is under the ones place, 9 is going to come under the tens place, 8 in the hundreds place, and 7 in the thousands place, 6 in the 10,000s place, 5 in the 100,000s place. And next, 4 comes under the millions place, 3 comes under the 10 millions place, 2 comes under the 100 millions place. And next is the 0. 0 is going to come under the billions place, and 1 is going to come under the 10 billions place. So while giving the number name, you're going to come from the left hand side. So you're going to come from the billions period. So we are going to read it as 10 billions, 234 millions, 567,890. I repeat, you're going to read the number name as a whole. So you're going to read it as, you're going to give the number name as 10 billion 234 millions 567,890. Okay.
Next, we'll move on to use of commas in Indian and international system. Why do we use commas in between the numbers? Do you have any idea why do we use comma in between the numbers? Because it would be easier to give the number name for the number. That is why we use commas in between numbers. Give a number 1, 2, 6, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Students, do you all remember the place values in the Indian place value chart? This is the ones place, tens place, hundreds place, thousands place, 10,000s place, lakhs place, 10 lakhs place, crores, and the 10 crores. So in Indian system of numeration, we always use commas from the right. Okay, so the first comma comes before the hundreds place. So the first comma comes before the hundreds place. Okay, that is 3 digits from the right. Okay, 1 digit, 2 digit, 3 digit. So it comes 3 digit from the right, and the second comma comes before the 10,000s place. So the second comma comes before 10,000s place. That is 5 digits from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and the third comma comes before the 10 lakhs place. So 10 lakhs place, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 digits from the right. Okay. Okay, students, in Indian system of numeration, we use commas from the right. Okay. So the first comma comes before the hundreds place, that is 3 digits from the right, and the second comma comes before the 10,000s place, which is 5 digits from the right, and the third comma comes before the 10 lakhs place, which is 7 digits from the right, and this represents the crore. So while giving the number names, you are going to come from the left hand side. So how do you name this number? You will be calling it as 12 crores 63 lakhs 21,123. Got it, student? So this is the Indian system of numeration. Okay, so while naming this, you're going to name it as 12 crore 63 lakh 21,000 123. Next, we'll move on to the international system. So I'll write the same number 1 2 6 3 2 7 1 2 3. Students, can you all just recall the place values in the international system? So this is the ones place, tens place, hundreds place, thousands place, 10,000s place, 100,000s place, millions place, 10 millions place, and 100 millions place. So in international system of numeration also, we use commas from the right hand side only. So the first comma comes before the hundreds place, that is 3 digits from the right, and the second comma comes before the 100,000s place, that is 6 digits from the right. 1 2 3 4 5 6. First comma comes before the hundreds place, second comma comes before the 100,000s place, and the third comma comes before the 100 millions place. Okay, since we don't have billion over here, we need not put the third comma. So while naming it, you're going to come from the left hand side. So you'll be naming it as 126 million 327,000 327,000 123. So understood, students? In international system of numeration also, we are going to put the commas from the right hand side only. So the first comma comes before the hundreds place, that is 3 digits from the right, and the second comma comes before the 100,000s place, that is 6 digits from the right, and the third comma comes before the 100 millions place, that is 9 digits from the right. Okay, students?
So next, we'll see the difference between the use of commas in Indian and international system. In both Indian and international system, we use commas from the right hand side. That is, we come from the right hand side. Okay. And next, the first comma comes before the hundreds place in Indian system, and in international system also, the first comma comes from the hundreds place. And the second comma in Indian system comes before the 10,000s place, that is 5 digits from the right. Whereas the second comma in the international system comes before 100,000s place, that is 6 digits from the right. That is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, and 100,000s place. But in Indian system, it comes before 5 digits, that is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. Okay. Now the third comma comes before the 10 lakhs place in Indian system. That is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, lakhs, and 10 lakhs. So 7 digits from the right. And the third comma in the international system comes before 100 millions place. That is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions, and 100 millions. 9 digits from the right. Okay, students. And next, it represents the crore in Indian system. So after 7 digits from the right, you will get the crores and the 10 crores place. Okay. And in international system, after 9 digits from the right, you will be getting the billions place. Can you understand the difference between the use of commas in Indian and international system? It's very simple. Before we move on to the next topic, I'll give you a small scenario, students. In the class, the teacher asked how much is rupees 5,000,000. Here, Kushi replied it's 50 lakhs and Aman replied it's 5 million. So who is correct? Kushi replied it's 50 lakhs in Indian number system and Aman replied it's 5 million in international number system. So students, from this above scenario, do you have any idea about what we are going to look into the next topic? It's about the comparison of Indian and international number systems.
You have already know the place value chart of Indian system, and this is the place value chart of international system. So now we are just going to see the comparison of both Indian and international system. The ones place in Indian and international system are similar. So ones, tens, hundreds, hundreds. It's almost similar. And in thousands place, thousands and thousands are similar. 10,000s and 10,000s are similar. But in the lakhs place, lakhs, and in thousands place, 100,000s will be equal. Okay. So in Indian system, lakhs we say it as lakhs, but in international system we say it as 100,000s. Similarly, in Indian system we say it as 10 lakhs, and in international system we call it as million. And the crores, in Indian system we call it as crores, whereas in international system we call it as 10 million. Similarly, in Indian system we call it as 10 crores, and in international system we call it as 100 millions. I repeat, both in Indian system and international system, ones place is similar, and the thousands and the 10,000s place are similar. But in Indian system we call it as lakhs, and in international system we call it as 100,000s. And in Indian we call it as 10 lakhs, in international we call it as million. And in Indian we call it as crores, and in international we call it as 10 millions. And the last we call it as 10 crores in Indians, and in international we call it as 100 million. So that's it. So this is the comparison of Indian and international system.
Comparison chart of Indian system and international system. So that's it for today's class, students. Now let us just have a small recap of what we have learned in today's class. Okay. First, we looked into the place value chart of international system. So what are the 4 periods of international system place value chart? It's the ones, thousands, millions, and the billions. So could you all name the place values of the international system place value chart? Yes, it's ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, billions, and 10 billions. Okay. Next, we looked into 2 example sums of place value chart in international system. And then we looked into the use of commas and the difference between the use of commas in Indian system and international system. Next, looked into the comparison of number system, that is the Indian and the international system. So I have attached few worksheets for your students. So kindly solve this in your notebook. Thank you, students.